Welcome back, viewers and followers of Celeb Corner KE. Yesterday, the news came to the limelight that the former presidential candidate, a two-time presidential candidate for the Republic of Kenya, Mohammed Dida, a teacher by profession, was arrested and jailed in the United States of America in the year 2022. So the question that a lot of Kenyans have been asking, due to the charge sheet that was revealed to the public, it was revealed that ABDUBA Dida was arrested and jailed on the basis of stalking. And you know, stalking in the United States is regarded as a very big crime. You know, hiyo kazi ya kwako ya kuweza kumstalk dem yako kule kwa mitandao ya kijamii, or let's say your ex-girlfriend or your crush, you are there trying to stalk them on social media, to follow them at where they work without their knowledge, without them knowing that you're following them. That is regarded as a crime. Now, ABDUBA Mohammed Dida, even, you know, in the United States, such offenses, when it is somebody of these race of ABDUBA Mohammed Dida from this type from his religion as an Islam, when such a case is brought to the public and it's brought to the jury, now those people will have a contradicting opinion on how they will rule on the case of ABDUBA Mohammed Dida, and that is why he got jailed. But right now, allow me to dig deep into the reason why he was jailed. Mohammed ABDUBA Dida arrived in Illinois in January 2019 to further his studies with the intention of returning to Kenya at the head of his academic exhaustion, where he was meant also to run for the presidential race in the year 2022. While in Illinois, the man who twice hoped but failed to be the dark horse in the presidential elections went through with his fourth wedding. Dida had already married 3 women in Kenya, but one of his marriages ended in divorce. Now, the rest of his family, including the other 2 wives, took no issues with the former teacher's decision. The marriage in the United States birthed a child, the last born of more than a dozen siblings based in Kenya. Things took a dramatic turn in July 2021 when Dida and his wife had a dispute that would land the two-time presidential election candidate a 7-year prison sentence, which has since attracted an additional year. On Tuesday, Dida's family said in an interview that despite the turn of events, the American wife is still part of their family as she has not filed for divorce. Dida's second wife, Amina Alake, mother Abiba, and firstborn son, Lukman, led members of the family in stating that they are working to get their breadwinner the assistance of a lawyer to push his appeal through. Mohammed Dida was not represented in court because he was of the considered view that it was a small domestic dispute which would be resolved through a dialogue. He is acting in person, and I am aware that he has filed an appeal, and he tells me the appeal has high chances of success, Amina said. As a family, we are trying to find a way of maybe visiting him and find another lawyer and be able to help him. There is a limit to what we can do. That is why we are asking for the government's intervention, she added. Now, Mohammed ABDUBA Dida, when we speak about somebody that has vied for the presidential seat in this country, and apart from that, ABDUBA Mohammed Dida has never in any case again been involved in any offense in our country. He is not in our crime database as a country. And when we speak about ABDUBA Mohammed Dida, he represents the wider Somali community in this country. He is the darling of the Somali community in our country. So I don't think our government should be seated right now, but they should be considering an intervention with the United States of America government to bring ABDUBA Mohammed Dida home. He is a high-profile citizen of the Republic of Kenya, and that is why even the family has it that this man should be brought back home, or the government of our republic should intervene on his case. Now, calls to a phone number Dida's family shared with us, and which they say is the American woman's, did not go through. The text messages went to the phone number seeking to verify its registered owner and requesting for an interview were not answered either. Amina holds that after the fallout, Dida's new wife successfully sought a restraining order which barred him from near her or accessing their home. She added that Dida insisted on accessing the home and later a mosque she also attends, which opened a can of worms. Amina said that she reached out to Dida's American wife on several occasions to have the dispute resolved either through talks or Sharia law, but was unsuccessful. Dida's family insists that their breadwinner's conviction and sentence was an over-the-top result of a domestic dispute that should have been resolved either through a dialogue or in accordance with Sharia law. Amina added that she learned of Dida's incarceration through his American wife after failing to reach him on phone for several days. Mwalimu Dida had been in constant contact with us, and he said there was an issue between him and his wife. Suddenly, we missed his calls. Dida is a family man. He has responsibilities, and he took care of his responsibilities very diligently. But in 2022, when we missed his calls for over 10 days, we got worried because he had earlier reported that things were not very good between him and his new wife. When I completely lost contact, I contacted Mama Leila, and that is when she confirmed to me that he is in safe hands. He is in custody, Amina said. Now, Dida is tentatively to walk out of prison on April 3rd, 2029. A petition the former presidential candidate has filed seeking freedom to practice his religion reveals that Big Mahdi is the third U.S. facility to hold Dida. Between April and October 2022, he was incarcerated at the East Moreland Correction Center before being moved to Southwestern Correction Center. He was finally taken to Big Mahdi Correctional Center in January 2023. The family alleges that Dida has been sickly and denied medical care. ABDUBA, now 81-year-old, said she hopes Kenyan's government can step in to get Dida necessary assistance as he suffers from diabetes. Naomba serikali yangu ingilie hii maneno na serikali ya Amerika ijue yeye Dida ni mgonjwa. Yuko na sukari, yuko na blood pressure, amenyimwa vile anaweza pata dawa. I appeal to my government to intervene and for the American government to understand that he is sick, he suffers from diabetes and high blood pressure. He has been denied medical care, she said. Now, the family said that despite the circumstances, Dida still makes an effort to communicate with his family when granted access to a phone by the Big Mahdi prison officers. Whenever he gets an opportunity to call, as he does, he calls us like twice a month. He complained that he wasn't feeling well. The last conversation I had with him, he was sick and he was even denied the right to go to hospital until he had to talk to a certain lawyer for him to be granted permission to get medical assistance, Amina said. Now, when you look at this case, such issues the issues that we disregard as a country are issues that are taken very seriously in the United States of America. The United Government and the United Constitution is a very different constitution from our Kenyan constitution. The Sharia laws that we are speaking about are the laws that govern the institution of marriage in the Islam religion. Are you getting me? Now, according to the American Constitution, stalking your partner, and once you disobey an order which was a restraining order that was filed against Mohammed Dida, that is where they draw the line. The government views you as a threat to the person that filed that restraining order. But let me ask, sometimes even we as men, we have to, that is America. You don't beat your wife like you can do here in Kenya. You don't, we are not told that he was beating his wife. You can't disrespect your wife. The Western government is not the same as the Middle Eastern government or the government of the government and the constitutions of our countries in Africa. Here, You can do anything you want sometimes. Many people disregard the law. But in the United States of America, they take the law very seriously. And even a mistake, which we consider a mistake, or mere things that we even don't consider, mwanamke atanikatazaje kwenda kwangu? That is the thing that Mohammed stood with, because he pays for that house ambao alikuwa akikaa na bibi yake. Now, the wife believes that because we are married and we are not divorced, I have the rights to hold this house na mimi ndio nakaa na mtoto, so you should find somewhere else to stay. But Dida said, you know what, I will get access to the house and get a few things or something, and that is where he broke the rules of his engagement and his restraining order, and that is where the police were called in and they had to take him into custody. Alafu kuna mabibi wengine ukiwaoa mzee baba ni mabibi sumu kama huyu, yani mtu haja kufanya huyu mwanamke akusema that she has been assaulted or anything, hajapigwa, hajafanywa chochote, but because of a disagreement here and there, unajua lazima, the institution of marriage is a murky institution with a lot of ups and downs. So a disagreement here and there is what led Mohammed ABDUBA Dida to be jailed in prison. And he is a high-profile Kenyan citizen. We consider him, during the Gen Z movement, people were looking for people that might lead them. And ABDUBA Mohammed Dida was in consideration, was being considered by the Gen Z. So I'm speaking as a Kenyan. The family, as they have said, our Kenyan government should intervene in this. Yeah, we have a very good relationship between the Kenyan government and the United States government. So we can bring ABDUBA Mohammed Dida back home. Yeah, right now, even when he tries to do something in the United States, like even appeal his sentence, it is being disregarded kwa sababu, the United States is the United States. The ratio card is played every time. For now, that's what's up. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Remember, this is Celeb Corner KE. Subscribe.